Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a program where we focus on events happening right here in and around the city of Lynn. And here with me today we have Seth Albaum, and he's a member of the Downtown Lynn Neighborhood Association, and we're here today to talk about Neighborhood Night. This is a meeting that happens once a month between members of the Lynn community. It's held on the fourth Thursdays of the month, 7 to 9 p.m. at various locations. So, Seth, we're going to talk a little bit more about Neighborhood Night in detail, but I just want to give our viewers an opportunity to explain who you are and how you're involved.
All right, so I'm here to represent the Downtown Lynn Neighborhood Association. We formed, if you can call it that, in 2008. A bunch of people new to the neighborhood, getting to know each other, having similar issues, concerns, and wanting to build community. We started an email list, and that's basically what we are, is a big chain of communication.
Which is really interesting to me because, you know, a lot of people try to get a solidified type of organization, but communication is so key. And if you don't have a process in place to kind of open up that forum to have discussions that matter to citizens, it's like, what's the point? So you kind of started there and you've been having some success. So this is an organization that's been around for a while, and you guys go to various locations and you guys talk about things that matter to you in the community. And the way that you explained it to me before the program started is kind of like, it's a fun night, get to learn about your neighbors, get to learn about what matters to them. You guys have done this before, so tell me about your regular neighborhood night. What can people expect?
Sure, so neighborhood night is a social night, it's a networking night. We've had community meetings when there have been very specific concerns and neighborhood cleanups in the past organized by various people. This is very much a networking event, and it's a community building event. Just so folks downtown can get to know each other. People from City Hall come out sometimes from various departments, and candidates have started showing up. And so we get to know each other on a first name basis, which I think is very important.
So 12 months a year, you guys host these events in which people sit down and you kind of network, you talk about what matters in the Lynn community. When you first started this whole event, this organization style type thing, what were you hoping to achieve?
Our first event, we went as big as we could go. We held it at Tatiana's, where Trios is located now, a rather large establishment on Market Street. They were great hosts. And we went to City Hall and placed invites on the desks of all the councilors in City Hall, in the council chamber, and invited various departments down, and wow, they showed up. It was wall-to-wall people. It was overwhelming. We were not imagining that we would be that successful the first time out. And the goal was just to get everybody on the same page, to get to know each other. We felt a disconnect between downtown and City Hall, between people who had already been living downtown and people who were moving to downtown. And it was a nice way to kind of bridge that.
All right.
And we had them every year up through 2013, and unfortunately, we kind of dropped the ball. It was a big event. There was a cover charge, a fundraiser, entertainment, and it was only once a year, and that was not enough. We had some smaller events, but if you're going to build community and kind of build up that sense of neighborhood, you need to be consistent and accessible. And we figured we'll take the concept of Neighborfest, simplify it, and get it out on tour. This is Neighborfest on tour. These neighborhood nights are, well, they're free, they're informal, and we're gonna have them at every venue that's gonna let us in. We started out at White Rose Coffee House. They were new. We wanted to be welcoming as a community to a new establishment at the time. Went to April's, then Trios, and next month we're at R.F. O'Sullivan's. After that, it'll probably be Asian Garden, but we'll have to confirm. We're gonna look to Casa Antigua. We're gonna, like I said, anywhere that'll have us.
Wonderful. So now I want to jump into the types of people who are participating in these events. We were talking a little bit before the program, and it's not really just limited to the folks who are in the downtown neighborhood. You've had a resounding amount of feedback from people in the surrounding neighborhoods too. Before we get into this, how do people get involved? How can they learn a little bit more? And then just kind of go off on a tangent and, you know, explaining the benefit overall.
To get involved, it's very simple. Email events@dtlna.org. And there's also a DTLNA, Downtown Lynn Neighborhood Association Facebook page, which is called DTLNA Downtown Lynn. You can find it, just search for it. But email has really been, you know, the most effective thing, and we don't abuse it. 1 or 2 emails a month, really, at most.
It's good. So you're not going to get a whole inbox.
You won't be barraged with all kinds of neighborhood drama. We don't do that.
Okay. That's good. That's definitely good. So now, why do you think that you guys have grown and really gotten such a big interest recently?
Well, there's been some turnover downtown, kind of a, you know, a reawakening, if you will.
Revitalization, as they say.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of movement downtown through the cultural district. We're not officially affiliated with, but are partnering with. More info on that coming later.
All right.
And I'm involved personally with the Beyond Walls placemaking project. There's some of the issues that have united us persist and have gotten a little worse, unfortunately. Trash is one of them. And so, you know, it was just one day we realized we needed to accomplish again what Neighborfest accomplished the first time around.
On a more consistent basis.
On a more consistent basis. We are going to bring back Neighborfest also at the end of our tour this year. We're going to have a finale event at the Lynn Museum.
So kind of like a neighbor Lollapalooza type deal?
I guess, yeah. You know, we're still in the planning stages, and you can get involved and help plan it. You don't have to live downtown. Downtown Lynn is not just for the people who live downtown. It's a business district. It's where people from all neighborhoods of Lynn go to do business and go to restaurants, cafes, see a show at the Lynn Auditorium. And a lot of the people coming to our neighborhood nights, they don't live downtown. They live in the Diamond District or up in the Highlands or, you know, West Lynn. And that's awesome.
Amen. Definitely. Seth, I want to thank you for coming on to the program. If you're interested in learning more information about this, reach out to the information at the bottom of your screen. I want to say thank you to my guest, my crew, and you for tuning in. This is Neighborhood Night we're talking about. It happens once a month, the 4th Thursdays of the month, 7 to 9 p.m. Reach out to Seth on more ways to get involved. No issue too big or too small to bring to the discussion table. Should be a great thing, and I'm really interested to see how it develops, Seth. So thanks for coming on the program. Thank you for tuning in. That's it for the Lynn lineup from the studio here at Lynn Community Television. I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.